My name is Devante Horne, and I'm a biomedical engineer. I have a PhD in bioengineering from UC Berkeley and UC San Francisco. I grew up in Anderson, South Carolina. Grew up in a single-parent household with just my mother and my younger sister. My mother was always encouraging us to be really involved in many different things. Started playing basketball from a really young age, and it was always an outlet for me. I went to T.O. Hanna High School. It was a pretty typical high school, about 1,300 kids. Throughout high school, one of the things I really struggled with growing up was figuring out my place and understanding where I fit in. I took mostly honors and AP courses throughout high school, but I didn't really have much representation. What I mean by that is there weren't many other Black kids or teachers or people with a similar background to mine in the courses that I was taking. So because of this, I couldn't always relate to my classmates and teachers, and especially when thinking about my future and what I would do whenever I finished up school, I didn't really know what opportunities were available for students like me. One day, an engineering professor from Clemson University came to my high school chemistry class to give a demonstration on how he could create artificial blood vessels in the lab. And as he heated and mixed the chemicals in front of us in the class, and then suddenly pulled out a web of veins from the beaker, I just sat back in amazement. And it was at that moment that I knew what I wanted to do. I wanted to develop technologies to help to heal and repair the human body. So when I was looking at colleges, I decided to go to Clemson University because it was close to home and I wanted to stay nearby my family. I was accepted into the bioengineering program at Clemson University, and I was really excited to get started. I had several great mentors throughout my undergraduate experience. Very influential mentor who was a computer science professor at Clemson. He was one of the people that encouraged me to pursue research opportunities and to apply to some of the top-tier graduate programs to pursue my PhD. This faculty member also happened to be a highly accomplished Black man, and this was really important to me because, like I mentioned, in high school, I never really had much representation in my classroom, either through students or teachers. So seeing someone that looked like me, that was also very successful, really motivated me and showed me that maybe I could do it as well. When I started the bioengineering program at Clemson, I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do with my degree, but I had a friend who told me about the research she was doing in a bioengineering lab, so I reached out to the professor that she was working with, and he offered me the opportunity to start doing research in his lab as an undergrad. I joined the nanomedicines lab, and I worked on developing nanoparticles as a drug delivery tool to treat brain cancer. It was my first taste of hands-on research, and it gave me the opportunity to apply many of the biology and engineering concepts that I learned in my coursework. I actually had some really cool opportunities stemming off of my undergraduate research experience. The professor I worked for in the nanomedicines lab ran an internship program that sent undergraduates to Nanyang Technological University in Singapore to do research over the summer. After graduating from Clemson University with my bachelor's in bioengineering, I decided to pursue a PhD, and I joined the UC Berkeley, UC San Francisco graduate program in bioengineering. When I started my PhD program, I joined the orthopedic bioengineering lab at UC San Francisco. During my PhD, I developed devices for stimulating healing in spinal tissues with the goal of alleviating low back pain. Through this research, I finally had the opportunity to work on developing technologies that could heal and repair the human body. Now that I've graduated with my PhD in bioengineering, I'll be starting a new role as a research and development biomedical engineer at a large medical device company in the Bay Area.